An average human lifespan right now is around 70 to 80 years, at least for the ones lucky enough to live in developed countries. The oldest animal ever is the Greenland shark at around 300 years, at least when we're talking about complex multicellular animals. But when we shift to the fictional world of giant monsters and kaiju, we have specimens that range from thousands to millions of years old. And that's our topic for today, the oldest kaiju across movie franchises. So at number 20 we have Gojira and Gauss from the Heisei era. So a long time ago, Atlantis, a super advanced civilization, messed around with bioengineering. They accidentally create a monster species called Gauss, a flesh-eating flying nightmare. To fix their mistake, they built a guardian, Gojira, a massive turtle with rocket boosters and a heart of gold. Gojira was basically their last hope, and when Atlantis fell, Gojira went into hibernation, waiting for the Gauss to return again. Number 19. The Yamata no Orochi. This monster comes from the Japanese mythologies. In the 1994 film, Orochi isn't just any serpent, he's actually the god Tsukuyomi, who transformed into an 8-headed, 8-tailed dragon, and he rampaged the earth 10,000 years ago, symbolizing apocalyptic wrath from the gods, and he came again in the modern times. Number 18. The Showa Manda. Manda is a giant sea serpent and the guardian of a kingdom called Mu, an underwater kingdom similar to Atlantis. Although his exact age is never revealed, his connection to Mu implies that he has been around since that mythical civilization has been around, about 12,000 years ago. He is more like a regal sea dragon than a kaiju, think ancient, but also underwater, a gigantic and a deity's pet. Number 17. Godzilla Earth. This version of the G-Man from the Godzilla Planet of the Monsters movie and its sequels is not a mutated lizard but a plant-based organism, a titan, a kaiju that evolved for over 20,000 years into the future. He didn't just survive, he dominated. Entire ecosystems adapted around him. In essence, Godzilla Earth is 300 meters tall and one of the biggest kaiju ever. Number 16. The Ultraman from the Showa and Reiwa era. Ultraman is less a monster and more of a silver giant superhero from space, but still considered a kaiju, somewhat. He comes from the Nebula M78 region of space, a utopian alien society which is called the Land of Light. The Ultramen have been around for at least 20 to 30,000 years, protecting planets across the galaxy. Okay, think Superman but shinier, bigger and with a time limit. Number 15. Monster Zero. So this 3-headed dragon didn't evolve on Earth. In the Monsterverse films, which includes King of the Monsters, Monster Zero, aka Ghidorah, crash-landed on Earth a long time ago, and primitive humans recorded his appearance as a god of storms, as the one who came from the stars. Ghidorah was so powerful that he altered ecosystems just by being alive. He's the alien invader from your worst nightmare, and while his true age is unknown, on Earth he has been around for several 100,000 years. Number 14. Void Ghidorah. Now take Monster Zero and crank it up to Lovecraftian levels. Void Ghidorah from Godzilla Planet Eater is an interdimensional entity and the one that devours entire worlds. He doesn't live in a traditional sense, he exists. The last time anyone saw him, he destroyed the Exif homeworld. His age, potentially millions of years old. He's not a monster, he's an ancient cosmic hunger. At number 13 we have the Titans of the Monsterverse. In the Monsterverse, Titans aren't really nuclear accidents, they're primordial beings from the hollow earth, possibly evolving in complete isolation for millions of years. They then ruled the surface a long time before humans ever built fire. They are the Earth's original apex predators. Number 12. Titanus Shimu. So recently revealed in Godzilla Kong The New Empire, Shimu is an ancient cold-breathing titan whose icy breaths have caused the ice ages across the world. Remnants of her breath are literally frozen into glaciers of Greenland and Antarctica. That means that this frosty kaiju has been around since the dawn of the Pleistocene epoch, and he was the one who froze Ghidorah thousands of years ago. Number 11. Titanus Gojira. So the current Monsterverse Godzilla is not a radioactive accident. He's part of a species that predates humanity by millions of years. In earlier canon, he hunted giant parasites like the Shinomura during the Permian period, but this has been retconned and latest age estimates put him between 3 to 5 million years old. He is the last of his kind and the ultimate alpha predator. Number 10. The Showa Gojira. So this early version of Gojira doesn't have Atlantis in his backstory. Instead, he is presented as a prehistoric giant turtle, one that humans didn't even know existed. Scientists speculate that he was frozen in ice or was slumbering underground for millions of years, only awaking due to nuclear testing. At number 9 we have Dinosaur. So this is also called the ruler of shadows, and it's basically the Ultraman universe's version of Cthulhu, emerging from a city also called Arlia. Kinda sus, but okay. He wiped out ancient humans millions of years ago. He's one of those kaiju you don't fight, but you pray that he goes back to sleep. Number 8. Cretaceous King Ghidorah and Destoroyah. From Rebirth of Mothra, this is an ancient version of King Ghidorah who showed up during the time of the dinosaurs and wiped them out for real. Then there's Destoroyah, a magma dragon who might have copied Ghidorah's form. So yes, dinosaurs didn't go extinct from asteroids, but from kaiju on steroids. They got cooked by a kaiju war. So number 7 we have Godzilla from the Heisei period. In the Heisei era, Godzilla started out as a rare dinosaur species called a Godzillasaurus, living on a remote island during the age of dinosaurs. Then after surviving the mass extinction event, one specimen was later mutated by nuclear weapons in the modern age, becoming the Godzilla we all know and fear. He is a predator survivor who got a serious glow up in the atomic age. Number 6. Anguirus from the Showa era. Anguirus is one of Godzilla's oldest rivals and later best friend, bros. In Godzilla Raids Again, he is described as an ankylosaurus, a tang-like dinosaur with a spiky tail, who either survived until modern times or was awakened from hibernation. He's been around since the Cretaceous period, making him a veteran from the age of the dinosaurs. Number 5. The Gorosaurus. This guy is basically a kaiju dino with kangaroo legs. Gorosaurus is said to be a descendant of an Allosaurus, one of the top apex predators from the late Jurassic period. He shows up in several movies as a feral brawler, jump kicking and gymnastics. So if you ever wanted a Jurassic Park dino that throws hands and feet, this is your monster, but you have to compress him to size. Number 4. Rodan from the Showa era. The original Rodan is a massive mutated pteranodon, but instead of just flying around, this one could also break the sound barrier and create shockwaves that leveled cities. He lived deep underground or survived there for 200 million years before waking up after a nuclear testing disturbed his nest. He's basically the what if a pterosaur was a flying nuclear bomb, an idea brought to life. At the 3rd spot we have the OG Godzilla and also Godzilla from Final Wars, the Showa era and the Millennium era. So these Godzillas, including the original 1954 Godzilla, was theorized to be a prehistoric sea creature, maybe an amphibious dinosaur that lived deep in the ocean for hundreds of millions of years, feeding on deep sea life. Then the US dropped a hydrogen bomb on him, but that didn't kill him. It turned him into Godzilla, a raging kaiju. Number 2. Varan. Varan is a rare kaiju from the Triassic period, making him one of the oldest reptilian kaiju ever. Described as a varanopod, he lived in those ancient eons ago and somehow escaped extinction, and he slept peacefully in a lake in rural Japan for over 250 million years until humans poked the bear, so to say. And number 1. Destoroyah. Now here's a surprise. The oldest and creepiest Destoroyah isn't a single monster, he's a colony of ancient crustaceans that first emerged during the Precambrian era, before fish, trees or dinosaurs ever existed on land. These critters survive in oxygen-free environments for 500 million years, and some estimates push that to 2.5 billion years ago, evolving into a kaiju only after being exposed to the oxygen destroyer weapon. And Destoroyah is more like an ancient plague given form. But you can also make a case that Destoroyah is a more modern kaiju, as his ancient form isn't exactly kaiju to begin with. Now if you like this video, then watch this other one too, the one in the end screen, and do check out our channel for other monster content. We might have things you haven't seen before. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, fam.